And welcome back to another video of the Vochek experience, where idiots are still always us. Always this guy right here. Always gonna be forever. Yay! Anyway, welcome to my first ever end of the year kind of video. I don't know what you want to call it. But it's almost time to take 2021 and throw it out the window and bring in 2022. And but before we do that, I wanted to just kind of, just get on here for my last video of the year, and basically just kind of talk about, all the things that happened this past year, good and bad, just a kind of a recap, some things, just because. And also to give you guys a chance to know what happened, and maybe go back and check out some of my videos from this past year, and find out about some of those things. But yeah, it has been quite a year. Not as bad as 2020, but still bad enough, especially when it comes to COVID and all that stuff. We're still in the pandemic and all that, but at least we got vaccines now. And I'm not going to make this a whole video about vaccines, why you should get them, blah, 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 blah. I've already done that before on the channel, but I just wanted to say, like pretty much the beginning of this year, we got the wonderful vaccines. And of course, my family and me have gotten our shots, and I managed to get, the first two at the beginning of the year, and just a couple months ago, I got my booster shot. So that's been good. However, we've also had some experiences with COVID this past year as well. My mother had COVID earlier in the year, before the vaccines actually came out. And luckily, both me and Sarah did not end up getting COVID. So that was a good thing. So, there was that. So that was kind of a toss-up as a good and bad type situation. And of course, we can't talk about, what all happened in 2021 without talking about our car accident that we had back in May. And that was quite an ordeal, On my way to a doctor's appointment, Sarah comes, picks me up, and we start heading out to go to my doctor's appointment, when we hit a patch of gravel, do a little fishtailing, and next thing I know, we go into a ditch and hit a tree head on, total the Jeep, and at the same time, the rear view mirror decides it's going to detach from the window and come and smack me in the face. And of course, I got a broken nose out of the whole thing. And of course, Sarah got her injuries too. She got, brush burns and bruises and stuff from the airbags deploying and all that stuff. But thankfully, she did not, get any hurt worse than that. But I will say one thing. It does suck having a broken nose. Trust me. Aside from all the blood everywhere and everything, and my nose hurting, and of course then my face swelling up, and two black eyes and all that good stuff, going in for nose surgery to fix it and everything. Let me tell you, the couple of weeks that I had with those splints up my nose was even more horrible than breaking my nose itself. I will say that. I hated those things. I couldn't wait to get them out. And I will admit that when my 2 weeks was up, when I went back to get those splints taken out of my nose, I will admit I screamed like a little girl when they came and just yanked those suckers out. Even though it really didn't hurt, but, because they're up there and everything, they got a yank on them, all that stuff. But I will say, though, as much as that ordeal sucked, I enjoy being able to breathe better. because not only did they fix my broken nose, but they also fixed a little defect I had in my sinuses to begin with, where the one side of my nose is not as I don't even know how to say it. The nose hole wasn't as big as the other nose hole. We'll just put it that way. And when I went in, for my examination after my, nose was broken and everything, and they noticed it, and they asked me if I would like to get that fixed while I was already under the knife getting, the nose bones reset. And I was like, if you can do it, heck yeah, let's do it. And let me tell you, I can breathe a whole lot better. And then, of course, with the Jeep being totaled, we had to go find another car. That in itself was a whole ordeal. But we found a car that we liked. Actually, when we went to the car dealership and everything, we test drove 2 vehicles. We test drove another Jeep, and then we test drove the car we have now, our Chevy Trax. And we test drove both, and we were kind of deciding, which one to go for and all that good stuff. And ultimately, we went with the Trax. And then somehow we managed to talk my mother into getting a new car because she had just this little Ford Focus, and winters in Gallitzin are always horrendous. Couldn't tell you how many times I had to call off work, or late for work, or late for doctor's appointments and all that stuff, because just trying to get out of Gallitzin with the snow and everything with this dinky little Ford Focus, So we managed to talk her into trading that car in for another vehicle, and lo and behold, guess which vehicle she ends up getting? She got that Jeep that we also test drove the same day that we test drove the Trax. So we got our car the one day, and she signed her paperwork the next day for her car. So that was, a unique situation. And then, later on in the year, we were supposed to go on vacation. We were supposed to go to Disney. Now, I never really talked about that here on the channel, but we were supposed to go to Disney with some of my family and everything. But the day before we were supposed to leave, monkey wrench got thrown into that, and it turned out that 2 of my family members had COVID, so we couldn't go. So the trip had to be postponed, and so we still haven't taken that vacation yet. But because I already took that week off, it gave me, an opportunity to relax and everything that week. And which is always good when you work a full-time job and doing YouTube on the side, but it wasn't all relaxing. As you know, I have a little series of videos here in a playlist on the channel and stuff where the last few years we've been slowly remodeling and stuff. My grandmother's old house. After so many years, we weren't really getting anywhere. It was starting to be, we were putting more money into it than what we were doing and stuff, and it just got to be a pain in the butt. And so at the time, my wife and I just came to the conclusion, let's forget about that and let's focus on finding somewhere else, to live, because we have been living with my mother for the past, few years. So, it was time for something, time for a change. And once we finally realized that we weren't really getting anywhere with the house, we just let my mother take over the house, because she says, maybe she's going to fix it up and all that stuff. And of course, that whole week that we were off, because of the vacation that we didn't take, unfortunately, but we went and we found a place to rent the next town over from Gallitzin, which is Crescent, which is actually the town that I started growing up in from the time I was like 1 or 2 years old or something like that, up until I started high school. So basically we came here at the trailer court in Crescent, and we found a couple of trailers online. We looked at them, and we went and did the whole process of the, getting the application put through, and the credit check in the background, all that happy good stuff. And lo and behold, the other thing that happened this year is we got our own place. That's right. We are in a trailer court in Crescent, and we couldn't be more happier. I know I'm enjoying living here. I know she is as well. Not to mention, I am loving the spare bedroom that we turned into an office/studio so that I can film my videos and don't have to worry about trying to film them in a house that had no walls and no heat, especially in the wintertime. That always sucked. So, but I'm happy to be, here in this new studio of mine and keeping my butt warm as I do it. So, especially since we're full on into winter. So that's another great thing that happened this year. And of course, if you want to check out, what our house looks like and stuff, if you have not done that yet, there are videos. I did a house walkthrough and everything. So just go back a little bit in the videos and you'll find it. And of course, there's some other good things that happened this year too, especially for the channel. I started an exploring history series, and most recently, I started a true crime series. So, and I know that I haven't done a history video in quite some time, but I do plan on getting back into those videos as well, especially in the new year. And of course, the true crime stuff, I'm still going to be doing that. I know Sarah wants to do some of the true crime stuff too, and I'm trying to get her to get on camera to do, more than just, occasional appearances or, or whatever. It'd be nice for her to get on and share some stuff with you too, but she is very camera shy. And stuff, so who knows? So she did say she wanted to get on and do some of the true crime stuff too, so, but we'll see, if she gets around to that. But then again, it's hard getting our times together to do filming because I work full-time, she works full-time, and we both work in different places, so, but we'll see how the new year brings us. But of course, the other thing that happened this year is I launched our merch store. And I've also launched my podcast that I've been wanting to do for about a year and a half now. And I finally was able to launch that, which has been going pretty good. I've been enjoying doing that. And if you have not listened to my podcast, you can go check that out. It's called Idiots Are Us, the story of me. All those links are down below for that. And it's just a little podcast where I sit down and I talk about stories about my life. Stories that happened, that I've experienced from young age to now, whatever. The first season is going to be wrapping up here soon. I have 2 more episodes to record and for the first season. So the first season's only going to have 10 episodes. And then I'm going to take a little bit of a break from doing the podcast before I start up for the second season. And I got something exciting to talk about in the second season. Pretty much I'm thinking the second season of the podcast is going to be exclusively focused on one topic, and it's something that I have been asked about a number of times, and it's about people who have been asking me about my first marriage before me and Sarah were together and married. So I think I'm going to talk about that in season 2 of the podcast. So be looking for that, but of course I'll be letting y'all know anyways in the videos and all that stuff. So, be looking for that. So yeah, we've had a lot of things going on. Of course, we also did some traveling and everything. Oh, and let's not forget, we also bought a camper this year. We've always wanted a camper of our own and everything, like a really decent camper. So we got our own camper this year. So look, we took it out a couple of times this past year, but next year we're hoping to take it out a little bit more and go camping a lot more. But we'll see how all that goes in 2022. But yeah, we've also done some traveling, going some places, especially to Knoebels. Can't forget Knoebels. We go there all the time. The only thing that kind of sucked was we really wanted to go back to Knoebels for Christmas to enjoy their Christmas light showcase extravaganza, whatever they call it. I think it's called Joy on the Grove. We went there last year and it blew our minds. And we did want to go this year, but because of work and different things, we just couldn't, get the time right to come and go do that. But we did manage to go to, the annual Halloween stuff at Knoebels, so that was fun and everything. And I also want to give a shout out for my friend Brent, who is also the person who helped me figure out a name for this this YouTube channel of mine back when I was first trying to get that started. So he helped pick the name. But shout out to him for finally making a cameo in the Halloween video at Knoebels. So that was fun to have him cameo in that and everything. Not to mention it was funny, him in the video and going through the haunted house with him too. That was pretty fun. So, hopefully maybe we'll get him to cameo a little bit more on the channel in this coming year. Who knows? Just all depends on how things go. He does live about 2.5 hours away in Catawissa, Pennsylvania, so we'll have to see. But it would be nice to get him, back on the channel because, that was fun having him in there for the Halloween video. And of course, I want to give a shout out to a new channel that I have started following recently. It's called Chris the Girl. I want to do a shout out to this channel because seeing some of her videos that she's been doing has also been inspiring me to do certain kind of videos and do some certain things. And one of the videos that she's inspired me to do is to do a Q&A video. Now, I'm going to wait until after the new year and everything, and I'll let you know more and all that stuff, because I watched her do one and, and all that stuff. And we were talking and she, inspired me I should maybe do that too. Especially since, we've been being idiots on the internet together for, over 3 years. So, and I've never done a Q&A video, so I thought maybe that would be fun. So, but I'll give you more details on that after the New Year's and after videos start back up again after the New Year. But yeah, it has been a year of ups and downs and things happening, things not happening, and all this stuff. And it's just been one wild and crazy year. And so grateful to have my fans and so grateful for everybody who watches this channel, and comments and all that stuff. I really enjoy doing this. I just wish I could, sometimes do more than what I do. But then again, like I said, I also work full time. So, my full-time job kind of takes precedence over, YouTube. But I do intend to do, I do have things in the works for next year and some video ideas and all that stuff. So we'll just have to keep coming back for more in the new year. So, but with that, I just wanted to, talk about some of the stuff that we've done this past year and to let you guys know that I got more stuff coming in the year to come. So, as 2021 comes to a close, here in about 2.5 days, something like that, from the perspective of where I'm filming this. Because as I'm filming this, today is December 30th. So tomorrow's New Year's Eve, and I'm looking forward to that. I'm actually going to be home for that. So it's going to be fun watching the new year come. And I hope that all you guys out there, I hope that your past year has been a good one despite all the craziness and crap going on in the world today with the pandemic and, all this other different stuff going on. And I hope that, that 2022, finds you, more of the same of having a good year, not a bad year. We want to have good years, not bad years. But then again, we can't have the good without the bad. That I know, and we, like I said, we're still in the pandemic, but hopefully it will get a lot better this coming year. So I'm hoping for that. I'm praying for that. And I hope you guys are too. But with that, that's going to about do it for this video. Like I said, it's been a wild and crazy year. So, but as always, if you like this video, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, give me a thumbs up, and hit that notification bell so you get notified of future videos. And of course, if you want to support this stupid little channel of mine, don't forget to check out the Patreon link, because that's down below too. And of course, you can follow me on all the major social medias, Facebook and TikTok and Instagram and all those places. You can find me at all those. Those links are down below. And of course, like I mentioned before, go check out the merch store. You just might find something you like. So go give that a check out. That link is down below. And like I said earlier, my podcast, if you have not gotten a chance to listen to it, you give that a listen. It is currently available on Anchor, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and Amazon Music as well. So go give that a look. Like I said, it's called Idiots Are Us, The Story of Me. So it's pretty easy to find, especially if you got idiots on the brain like I do, because I'm always the idiot. So, but yeah, like I said, I hope you all have a safe and happy new year. Don't get too drunk if you're going out somewhere to drink. Unfortunately for me, I will not be ringing into New Year by consuming some alcohol, because the next day, right after, I have to go to work early in the morning, so I will not be drinking the night before, just because. But anyways, but I will be celebrating, just not with alcohol. But anyways, like I said, have a safe and happy new year, and guess what? I will see you all next year, which is just a few more days away. But anyway,